Hey everyone, this is Carla Jenkins, and welcome to an all new episode of Projectized. And what you see before you is a Forbes article that I wanted to bring to your attention because this is one of the reasons why I do Projectized. For those who are new, welcome. I do Projectized covering these three topics: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. And as you can see from Dana Brownlee, a contributor for Forbes magazine online, she talked about 4 skills you need to know. And oftentimes I did Projectize to demystify the process, because project management is not only for certified project managers. And I wanted to use this article as an opportunity to talk more about that. The first skill she discusses is using project charters. Project charters and traditional project management does 2 things. It authorizes the project and assigns the project manager, but it's all about clarity and just being clear on what your goals are. So, what's in the project charter? Statement of work, the business need, cost benefit analysis, the pros and cons of the project. And like she talks about, it provides clarity. These are some of the things in there: the deliverables, which are the project outcomes, what outcomes you want the project to have, the name, the objective, the sponsor, the person who's creating or wants the project done, the stakeholders. A stakeholder is somebody who can positively or negatively affect your project. The triple constraint of cost, scope, and time, what's in and out of scope, that's very important. Anything that's out of scope must be listed, because you don't want scope creep. And scope creep is when you start adding things to the project that is not within the project. So you have to have what's in scope, but also what's important is what's out of scope for the project, or what's excluded from the project. The team, roles and responsibility, risk, that's very important. Critical success factors, assumptions, success criteria, and signatures. Never forget signatures. That's how you authorize. Number 2, vetting ideas to weed out the bad ones. Yes, this is very important. And when you vet them, you have to be honest about what's good and what's bad. And it's hurtful because some of the ideas that you love sometimes won't even be considered in the project, but you have to be honest enough about it, because you need to do it on the benefit of the product in the project, not your feelings and how you feel that you will be perceived. And that's something that a lot of project managers and non-managers do. You want your idea to be cherished, and you want upper management to know. So that's the reason why you hold on to an idea, even though it wouldn't be beneficial towards your project team or the company. It's just, I will get credit for it. But if it's not a very good idea and it's not going to move the organization or your team forward, you have to let that go. These are some of the key questions that she said you should ask during project initiations. Very important. What problem are we trying to solve? Definition of a project is a unique endeavor is a temporary endeavor producing a unique result. Number 3, conducting risk analysis. Yes, project management has time, scope, and cost, but things rarely go to plan as planned. You don't need to be a project manager just to know that. But risk analysis is so important, because that has saved me a lot of times, and that's something that I would highly recommend that you use project management for, whether or not you decide to pursue certification or not. Risk is always a big thing. And then finally, debriefing projects. 90% of your job in project management is communication. And project management will help so much. As she writes, debriefing can be applied to meetings, key events, projects, and even tasks. The goal is simply to take some time at the end or even along the way to reflect on what's worked well and what could have been done differently. That's also called lessons learned. And, just putting that in there, you don't reinvent the wheel, whether or not it's a new project that you're on or another project in the future. That's extremely helpful. So I'm going to do a recap of the 4 things on how project management isn't just for project managers. Number 1, using the project charters. Remember, project management does 2 things, which is 1, assigns the project manager, and 2, it authorizes the project. The skill number 2, vetting ideas to weed out the bad ones. Number 3, conducting risk analyses. And number 4, debriefing projects or conducting lessons learned. So this is a good way for people, whether or not you're a project manager or not, to consider project management. Also, I wanted to let everyone know that we have the PM Project newsletter. You can sign up for free at bit.ly/PM Project Mail. Finally, if you or your company needs help better managing your projects and its efficiencies, you can get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/contact. So I would like to thank everyone for watching this episode of Projectized, and I'll see everyone in the next live stream video. Goodbye.